I like to think of this channel as a safe place, a place where I can give up my opinions, my ideas, and not have to worry about someone shitting on me. Like I want to hear other people's opinions as well, but I don't want to be ridiculed for mine. I want to be only I want to see other people's viewpoints without mine being diminished. Hopefully, that one day, if I have more viewers, I bring people in here as well, and they could feel safe to give out their thoughts. That's basically the idea. Now I'm bringing this up because I'm pretty sure you saw the title. Today, we're just talking about my religious beliefs. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in any gods. Now to clarify, I'm not an atheist. I'm more of an omnist. Now, if you don't know what an omnist is, an omnist is a person who believes in or respects the legitimacy of all religions and deities. I'm a lot more on the respect side of it. I respect the religions and the gods that are associated with them. I more respect the lessons that are attached to each of them. I think the lessons are the most important parts. The teachings are the most important parts. Now, before I get into that, let's talk about how I ended up here. So, I grew up Christian. I grew up in a Christian household. I went to a small private Christian school. But as I started getting older, I started to question a lot more of my faith. I started to question whether or not I believe in God because I have faith in Him, or rather because I grew up being told and taught that I should have faith in Him, kind of thing. I kind of just sat there and just really thought to myself about where does my faith belong. And after having a good conversation with myself, I realized that I didn't believe in God, but rather I believe a lot more in the teachings of Christianity. And not just Christianity, but teachings of all religions. For example, Sikhism, which teaches about equality regardless of one's gender, caste, or background, or a selfless service where it's just you helping others without expecting anything in return, or just living a good livelihood, just living a nice life through ethical means. And I'm just here, but also in Islamic faith. And I'm about to butcher this name and I apologize. So, one of the five pillars of Islam is zakat, which is giving to charity and supporting those in need. And going back to Christianity, where we learn about love and compassion and forgiveness, I think instilling the lessons in not only just ourselves, but in those that are going to come after us will not only allow the growth of people to be better, but maybe even the world to be better. If you disagree with anything I said in this video, it's perfectly fine. You're entitled to your own opinions. Nothing wrong with that. Now, one thing I have an issue with is disrespect, blatant disrespect of one's faith. You see, I saw this clip on Instagram the other day, and the guy was talking about how he finds comfort in knowing that his life is predestined and God only wants good for him, and that those who don't believe in God must be miserable because they don't have that same comfort. But to me, not only is that disrespectful, but what you just said in saying that your life is predestined doesn't sound freeing, doesn't sound comfortable. It sounds very restrictive, and it makes me think that all the choices I make are already predetermined, and that doesn't sound nice. Now, that's my opinion. But back to what I said about being disrespectful. You going your way and saying that I must be miserable because I don't believe in God. It's disrespectful and it's not right. It's just as bad as when someone says that they're open to a conversation of God, but then says that they need hardcore facts and that the book of made up characters doesn't qualify. And don't say that's not true because I've seen Instagram comments, serious Instagram comments of people talking about it and them staying 10 toes on it too, bro. Like, you can't say things like that. You saying that you're open to the conversation of it and then blatantly disrespecting a book that not only documents the history of the religion, but also the teachings and lessons of it, so that you're not open to it. But my point is that you shouldn't disrespect someone's faith because it doesn't make sense to you. Everybody's entitled to their own ideas and opinions. And just because it doesn't match yours doesn't mean that it's wrong. I feel better saying that. If you made this far, thank you for watching. I wanted to make this video not only to just tell you guys my belief points, but like I said, I want to make this channel a safe place. This video is kind of a staple of that. This video is just me kind of going and talking about a very sensitive subject, I guess you could say. But yeah, I want this channel to be a safe place, not only for my ideas, but in the future, if I ever have people that want to come on the channel, for them to also give out their ideas and not have to worry about everybody else kind of just shitting on them. You know what I mean? If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day.